Hey guys! Today is December 2nd. I am 39 weeks and I'm going to update you guys on my 37 and 38 weeks. If you watched my What's in My Hospital Bag video, I talked about how I was going to combine these two because with Thanksgiving and everything, it just got crazy hectic, and I'm sure everyone can understand that later in your pregnancy things just start like piling on and I feel like I'm running out of time, and I am. Today is the SEC championship game, hence I'm wearing Georgia. I'm a Gamecocks fan, but when Georgia plays and Gamecocks are not, I will root for Georgia. And it's my husband's favorite team, and today's his birthday, so I'm so excited about that. I was hoping, and I think he was too. I think everyone's kind of hoping I go to the hospital today and we deliver today on Patrick's birthday. I just think that'd be really awesome, and what a good birthday gift that would be. So we'll see. I'll keep y'all informed. But for right now, I'm going to update you on my 37, 38 weeks. This will not be going up today, so you'll probably see it after December 2nd. I'll try and put it up tomorrow on December 3rd. But for 37 weeks, when I went to the doctor, I was more than a finger dilated. And in my 36-week update, I told you guys I was a finger dilated, possibly more, but this one they said definitely more than finger dilated, and I'm softer than I was before. I can tell I'm softer because the 36-week exam, if you've kept up with me in my updates, you know that the 36-week exam was very uncomfortable for me. This 37 weeks was not quite as uncomfortable, so I'm guessing I'm softer. Maybe that has to do with it. It just wasn't quite as much pressure. So that was pretty cool. I am very swollen at 37 weeks. Very swollen. Just immense swelling everywhere. I had high blood pressure, so at 36 weeks I was 138 blood pressure wise. 37 I came in at 148, so it keeps like creeping up. But they took it again after my exam because I said, okay, it keeps going up. I'm usually not above 120, like I told you guys that before, so it really worries me. But they took it again and I was 128, so I'm thinking maybe it was my nerves. I get a little nervous for the internal exams. Sorry, that one's hard. And especially this time because the last one was so uncomfortable, I'm thinking maybe I was just a little nervous. But it did go down to 128. I weighed in at the doctor's at 172. So that was like a 3-pound gain from my last doctor visit at 36 weeks. And that scared me, and the doctor wasn't too worried. She said, we just don't want to see that every week. But like for me, if you remember, I wanted to deliver at 163 and kind of past that. So then, but on my pounds app, it says 168 is a delivery weight for me, so I wanted to kind of deliver at that weight. And so when I jumped to 172, I was like, oh my goodness, but I always weigh more at the doctor's, and I've told you guys that before. So my scale at home said 168, and my scale at home told me that was a 2-pound gain, because usually I was 166 at 36 weeks at home, not at the doctor's, but at home. So it was a 2-pound jump for me, which I'm like, okay, maybe it's swelling. I was hoping it was swelling. At 37 weeks, I had Thanksgiving. I hosted Thanksgiving at my house. I woke up early. My mom came over. She helped me. It was my first time like taking everything over, so she helped me with the stuffing and all that and preparing everything. She helped me clean the turkey, and then she left. So after that, I was constantly basting the turkey. I did like a maple glaze I had to put on every 30 minutes. I made banana pudding. I made broccoli cheddar soup. I knew I made something else. So anyways, I was on my feet all day and my ankles were ginormous. Like by the time 2 o'clock rolled around, my ankles were huge, and I hadn't had any time to sit down and like lift them up and rest. And I wasn't drinking a lot of water that day because I was just going. So the water definitely helps, but if I'm on my feet all day, I'll still swell. So that's just something that's happening. My right ankle, I have told y'all, is worse. And that one was just, it was huge. Like, I wore Patrick's socks and I was still getting indents, and his socks were really loose. So that was uncomfortable. I was not happy. So Thanksgiving, sorry, I'm still dealing with like these allergies. So Thanksgiving was very swollen, but it was fun and I did good, and my turkey came out fantastic. Like, not toot my own horn, the turkey was pretty good. I liked it. So that was something that did happen 37 weeks. We hung out all night, played games, and I say all night, but I'm pretty sure everyone came around like 4. Everyone came early, around like 3:30, because it stressed me out. Because I was like, oh my god, my kitchen's not even clean. I don't even have my stuff done. But it ended up working out fine, and then people probably left around like 8:30. So, because my mom had to work the next day, people had to work the next day. People had lives on Thanksgiving. At 37 weeks, my husband told me I'm snoring. I don't snore. So he said I'm snoring bad. Like, he said it's loud. So that has to be to the weight gain and all the pressure and lack of room inside my body right now, but I'm snoring. Like, that's so embarrassing. Okay, so Thanksgiving was Thursday, so Friday Patrick and Aiden went to the cabin in LaGrange. I could have gone, I guess. I didn't feel comfortable going. It is almost a 2-hour drive, and with traffic from the holidays, it was going to be like a 3-hour drive, and I didn't feel that comfortable being that far away from my hospital. So I ended up sending the boys, and I stayed. And Friday night, like, my dad called me and he was like, are you coming to stay with us? I was like, no, I think I'm going to stay in my bed, like, I'm 15 minutes from the hospital. There too, like, worst comes worst, I'll call them. He goes, well, if you go in the middle of the night, you better call an ambulance. So he started to freak me out. So I had to meet my brother-in-law's girlfriend at my in-laws' house to let her in. So since I was heading towards my parents' house anyways, I went and I stayed with them. So I stayed with them the whole weekend. It ended up being like very relaxing, and I loved it because my mom is the type of person that will wait on you hand and foot. Love you. And my son knows it too. Like, we all take advantage of it when we can. She's such a people pleaser. My son is the same way though. But like, she definitely like loves doing for others, so I ate it up. I loved being home for the weekend. So for 2 days, so like Friday, I stayed in bed all day at our house, and I didn't go to my parents till Friday night. And then Saturday, I stayed in bed not bed all day, like I was up a little bit, but I rested like the whole day. You guys, I haven't seen my ankles that small in forever. Like, I sent my husband a picture. I was like, I have ankles. Like, look at these things. Like, I still have ankles. I was like, when's the last time you've seen these things? They were so tiny, and I was like, okay, so like the rest definitely did me good. I haven't gotten them back down that small since then, but it's not realistic to lay in bed all day, and I can't do it. I have stuff I have to do. So yeah, that was a great relaxing weekend. Sunday, that's when I turned 38 weeks, or Saturday I turned 38 weeks. Anyways, that weekend I turned to 38 weeks, and I was getting Braxton Hicks. So this past week was 38 weeks, and I have had Braxton Hicks every single day, like to the point where I'm timing some of them because it'll happen for 2 hours straight. And it happened Sunday at dinner with my aunt and my mom, and I was just contracting the whole time. So, but they were so sporadic and like just very up and down. So going into Monday, I wasn't too worried. Sunday, because I was like, okay, I have an appointment on Monday, my 38 weeks appointment. I went to that, and I was contracting the office almost every 5 minutes. So I told the doctor, came in, and I was like, I've been contracting. She felt my stomach because I was having one while she was in the room, and she goes, okay, well, we're going to hook you up to a monitor after your exam and just see how often they're occurring. And I hadn't felt Presley that day. My appointment was I think my appointment was like at 2:30, and I hadn't felt Presley. Like, I felt like a little flutter, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the doctor. I don't want to worry too much about it. I was up and around all day anyways, so usually if I'm moving, she doesn't move quite as much. So anyways, I told them I had lack of movement and my contractions were increased that whole day and the day before. So, so she said that we'd hook me up to a monitor after my exam. So during my exam, I told her I've had, like, TMI right now, but I've had an increase in discharge. Like, sometimes my underwear will be wet and it doesn't look like discharge. So I was wondering if my water was leaking. And so there was no blood, so I knew it wasn't like my mucus plug because there's no bloody show or anything like that. But I had wondered if it was an increase in discharge, and I have had an increase in discharge, so I wonder if I've slowly lost my mucus plug. But again, no blood. But so I just kind of talked to her because I want to make sure my water wasn't leaking because that's hazardous to the baby. So she goes, well, we'll test you for that. Well, when they test you for that, it is very uncomfortable. They can't use, when you get a regular exam from the OB, they have like that metal thing that they insert and they kind of crank it open. Well, they couldn't use any lubricant on that because the lubricant will mess with the test to check to see if you, there's an animal running across my driveway, to check to see if you are leaking water, any of your water. So it'll mess with the test, so no lubricant. Well, that lubricant makes a big difference, you guys, like a huge difference. It was so uncomfortable. And like those exams, usually they're uncomfortable, they don't bother me too much. This one I was like, ooh, okay. And then she had to like stick something high up to get to where the sac is to see if the water was releasing. Then on top of that, I had to do a cough test. And she says she sees like discharge, but she doesn't see any water leaking. And when she pushed on the sac, nothing gushed out, which means it's not leaking. She looked under the microscope at the test anyways, and she still found nothing. So that was good that it's not leaking. Very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. And I'm not telling you guys to like scare you from, if you think your water is leaking, you definitely need to go get it tested. Because if the baby loses water, like, hello, the baby will have trouble and you could lose the baby. You know, it's serious. So you need to go get tested, but I'm just preparing you so you know, like, it is going to be uncomfortable. So just be ready, because I was just kind of, I didn't know it was going to be so uncomfortable. And then on top of that, after she took all that out, I had to do my exam. And, I mean, it's not, it's getting easier the softer I get, but it's still not comfortable. By any means, it's not comfortable. So she checked that, and she said I'm 2, maybe more fingers dilated, and I'm 50 to 70% effaced. I had to ask her about the effaced after everything, and she couldn't remember. She forgot to write it down, so she said, I think you're 50 to 70%. So that effaced means like softened wise, so that's really good. It means I'm on the right track. Loved that. And it made me like excited for like this weekend, because remember my appointment's on Monday. So it made me excited for this weekend because I was like, I really want to go on December 2nd, Patrick's birthday. I don't think it's going to happen. I have no signs right now in the last couple days. Like, I've had Braxton Hicks, but nothing like it was that Sunday and that Monday. And I just don't think it's going to happen. But, so that did. So after the appointment, and she checked me and everything seemed okay, she hooked me up to a monitor. And they went through my contractions. Well, the second I got hooked up, like, doesn't this happen? Like, you go to the doctor and symptoms stop, or, you know what I'm talking about. Second I get hooked up to that monitor, she starts moving like crazy, and my contractions stop. Well, they didn't stop. They ended up being like a continuous 11 minutes apart on the sheet that comes out. So I'm still having them continuously, but they weren't like 5 minutes apart like they were in the office. So go figure, she starts moving like crazy, but that's good. Like, we want movement, so the movement made me really happy. Sorry, I'm just making sure I don't forget anything. I wrote a lot down. So I stayed on that machine probably for like 40 minutes. I was in that doctor's office for 3 hours. Like, it was a long visit. And I was in there for 3 hours just getting everything checked over. And after all that, I had to wait and go see the doctor again. So she said if any of that happens again, to come back in, or if I'm having any problems, but everything looked good. And she said, I just want to be safe rather than sorry. And I said, I agree. Like, I'd rather that too. So that happened. My weight, when I weighed in at this appointment, my blood pressure was good at this appointment. I think it was around 138 again. So at 38 weeks, it was 138. My weight at the doctor's office was 168. So it dropped down about 4 pounds. So I knew, because I told you I rested all that weekend before, I knew a lot of it was swelling. So I'm probably carrying about 4 to 5 pounds in swelling is my guess. Like 4 to 5 pounds swelling. And I was about 167 weight at home. So this time around, the doctor's scale was pretty accurate to mine at home. And it definitely depends, like, what time you weigh yourself, in the morning or at night. So I probably should be more diligent on doing it the same time every week. I'll do that with my postpartum. I'll make sure I'll do it like every morning, because I think that's your thinnest. Like, at nighttime after you've eaten anything, I don't want to weigh myself. So I'll try and do it every morning postpartum and keep you guys updated. But so yeah, my weight went back down. That made me super happy. I think I'm still going to deliver above the 168. But that's okay, not too far above. I've been paying attention. And I've been watching my portions a lot more, trying not to snack. I've cut the candy out. I stopped going into my son's candy bag. But yesterday we had a movie night and I did have candy. So I'm not going to, like, deprive myself. Because I wouldn't in real life either. Like, my son wanted a movie night. He wanted to buy candy. Like, I'm not going to sit there and just, like, think about candy the whole time. I'm going to eat it. So I did have that. I told you hooked up to the monitor. So to top off my 38 weeks, my doctor said I am in early labor. So that is so exciting to be in early labor. And she said since my contractions are that far apart and I'm consistently having them every day, it seems to be early labor. Well, early labor can last like 2 weeks. So it's a waiting game at this point in time. Like, I can go now, I can go tomorrow, I can go on my due date, which is the 10th. So it could be 8 days from now. Like, it is a crazy waiting game is what it is. Just crazy waiting game. But early signs of labor, that's good. That means we're on track. So I'm super excited about that. Let's see, last couple things. I wrote a time down here and I have no clue why. If I don't write, like, exactly what I meant, like, I can't just do, like, snippet notes. I have to do, like, exactly what I meant, because right now I have, like, 11 a.m. and I have no clue what that means. No clue. So, oopsie, I need to write more. But down here, I have been really craving wine, and, like, we've had mimosas and stuff like that, and I love mimosas. So I felt like I've been missing out. Well, something I found, I didn't find it. I think I told you guys about this at my baby shower. Trisha did it. The sparkling white grape juice stuff with orange juice. And I had that on Thanksgiving, and that made me feel like I was drinking with everybody almost, because it's not just water. And it's got the sparkling kind of fizz to it like a mimosa would have. So it definitely made me feel like I was more included, because you can kind of feel left out sometimes. So yes, I have been loving that. So try it if you start getting like those weird cravings, or like I've just really missed wine lately. I don't know if it's because like my body's like, oh, you're about to have it soon. Like, baby's almost here, you can have wine again. I don't know, but I have been missing wine. So that has been something I have loved having. And see some products I've loved. Well, I packed my bags. You've seen a couple items. I will do a nursery tour probably after the baby's here, after Presley makes her appearance. I I showed some of my like coming home outfits in my hospital bags, so you guys got to see that. Other than that, I haven't really bought too much. I bought the Grow Egg, and mine came in Celsius in like a European plug. I got it on Amazon. I did not know that they came in European plugs, so I have to excuse me, I either have to get an adapter or I have to just order a complete other one. But I did want to do that to start. I wake up in the middle of the night like in hot flashes almost, and I wanted to see if it was just me or if it was the house warming up, because I think the biggest sign of SIDS is heat, like overheated babies. I think that's what the thing said. So I wanted to make sure like our house wasn't too hot for before she comes. Another symptom I'm having is I am having insomnia, but I can also sleep the whole day, if that makes sense. I will wake up at like 4 o'clock, 4:30, and I'll be up till 6, and I can't go back to sleep. But however, I can sleep until like 10, 11, 12. I'll wake up multiple times, but I can always go back to bed after a certain point. But at 4, for some reason, I'm up for a couple hours. So I have been having insomnia. I have been having trouble going to sleep lately. Before, like the first trimester, I was falling asleep on the couch, like watching TV before Patrick. That usually is not me. Second trimester, I kind of went back to normal me, where I could stay up till 2 a.m. watching TV. That's normal me. I can definitely stay up watching. Third trimester, I had been falling asleep again watching TV. I'm just so tired all the time. But lately, I've had to shut the TV off to make myself go to sleep. I will go to sleep, but I can also stay up. So I have had a little insomnia the last 2 weeks. So that hasn't been my whole third trimester. My whole third trimester has really been falling asleep while watching TV on the couch, like so tired. But the last 2 weeks, I'm tired. I feel tired. I feel very tired all day. But I'm having trouble going to sleep and staying asleep. However, I drop Aiden off at school, and I can come home and nap. Like, I don't, because I don't really have the time to do that all the time. But I did do it, like, one morning I slept so bad. So I told Patrick, I said, I'm sorry, I'm just taking a nap after I drop Aiden off. And I did. I took, like, a 3-hour nap. So I can do that, too. I'm just so tired. But it's weird to say that you're tired and you can take naps, but you have insomnia. So I hope you guys kind of followed along with that. Maybe you're feeling the same thing. Like, maybe I'm just hitting my wrong sleep cycle, and night times I'm getting a little wired. I'm also sitting there thinking about so many things, and I'm having crazy dreams about deliveries. So, like, this is going to be my last... I kind of went over all my symptoms, but like I did want to talk to you guys about this because I feel like I can't be the only one. This is my second, and my first I was induced, so all I know is induction. Like, that's all I know, and that's all I'm kind of comfortable with. I don't know how I'm gonna go, and it's kind of scary. Like, am I gonna know to go? Am I gonna make it to the hospital in time, like, to get the epidural? Because I told y'all I think I want the juice, and I just have so many more fears now than I did with Aiden. So with Aiden, I just didn't know too much, so I wasn't so fearful. But I feel like now, because I know more, I have more fears about the delivery. And I'm having dreams about it. Like, I'm having dreams about physically delivering the baby and, like, things that happen and, like, the whole delivery. Like, those are what my dreams are about. And I didn't have that before because I didn't know what to expect before, and this time around I do. So I'm definitely more nervous than my second child. So I don't know if you guys have had that or felt that, or maybe it's your first and you're just like so super nervous, but like I've been through it, and I know like my friend, she delivered, she was so nervous, delivering, so nervous. And she had her baby early. She was induced. Yes, she was induced. And she was just so nervous, and I said, girl, I'm nervous too. And she goes, but you've done this before. And I'm like, and you might feel that way if it's your first, that like, oh, well, she's done this before. She knows, like, I've done it one way. I've done it induction, and induction's very different than a natural delivery. And again, it was 8 years ago, and now I know like things that can happen. So I have all these different fears in my mind, or all these different thoughts going through my mind. So just because someone's done it before doesn't mean that they're not scared, doesn't mean that they're not nervous. Like, I'm so nervous something's gonna go wrong. And I'm so nervous about the pain. Like, why wouldn't I be? It's a painful situation. And, but I just want to be real with you guys and let you know, like, I'm having like all these fears and all this anxiety, and I think about it and it keeps me up at night sometimes, and I'm having dreams about it. So, I have to like sit there and basically be like, either way, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna be okay. We're gonna make it in time. Like, I'll have my husband there, and I have to talk myself through it, and then I'll feel better, because I know I can do it, and I know I can get through it, and I know I'm chalking it up, whatever the word is, to be scarier in my head than it actually is. It's like when you're about to go do something, like, the thinking about it's scarier than actually having it happen. Because I know when the moment comes, I'm like, okay, it's time to go, we're ready, like, I'm ready, let's go, and I'll be calmer when I'm in this situation. But I do have anxiety going up to the situation. So it's the fear of the unknown is exactly what it is. But, so that has been going on with me. Again, all I know is induction, so I'm kind of nervous about how am I going to know when to go. I mean, I did the birthing class, so I feel like I should. Everyone says, yeah, you'll know. But we'll see. I'll let you guys know. Just, you're not alone if you're feeling that way, and if it's your second like me and you feel like, I feel like other people think I'm good because I've done it before, and so I feel like maybe I should feel good, but to be honest, like, I'm nervous. So yeah, it's exciting though. I'm ready for her to be here. Like, I mean, my house is never going to be ready. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. But, like, my bags are packed. I'm ready. I'm okay to go. So, and I'll be better when I'm in this situation. Just hate the before. It's all stressful. But until next time, I don't know if we'll have a 39-week update. We'll see. I'm kind of hoping not. I'm ready to go now. But yes, I will keep you guys informed. I'll try and video stuff as it happens, or maybe I'll do like snippet vlogs of my feelings at 39 weeks if things are different. But until then, you guys, I will show you my bump, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!